Another area that we can address in emotional intelligence is communication styles. So we talked a little bit about this earlier. Different people have different communication styles, but one reason why it's important to have face-to-face meetings with clients at pivotal parts in their case is so you can read their body language and they can read yours. So facial expressions will tell you a lot about what somebody is thinking. They will tell you, they will show you that they are, frustrated or skeptical or hesitant. And these are things that just can't be seen over the phone. And so I like to say that it's like becoming an FBI agent for the day, is that, whenever you're meeting with a client, you want to be gathering that intel so that you can understand how to best help them and really to see where they're coming from. And, by the way, I usually say this to my clients, and I'll say this to you too. This information that I'm giving you can either be used to really help people and to meet them where they're at, or it can be used to manipulate them. And so we want to say that we're wearing the white hat. We are going to be using this information for good, and make sure that we are guarded against any temptations to use it to manipulate people. Tonality is a huge one. So, somebody over the phone, excuse me, when you're talking to somebody over the phone, 93% of that communication is their tonality. I'll give you an example. All right. Let's say some of you asked me if you could use my car this weekend. And I said, sure, go right ahead. All right. So that would indicate, yeah, go ahead. You can use my car. So let's say that, again, somebody asked me if they can use my car and I said, sure, go right ahead. So that would, of course, be no. That would be sarcastic or trying to convey, no, I don't want you to use my car. But my words didn't change at all. The only change was in my tonality and my body language. So when you're on the phone, you can only hear tonality. So that becomes 93% of the communication. If you have somebody on the in front of you in person or on Zoom, then you can pay attention to their shoulders. So open shoulders means that they're open and, communicative. Closed shoulders or up shoulders kind of can mean anxious or closed off. Eye contact is a big one. So if I'm being direct with you and I'm making eye contact and I'm confident, then is telling me that I'm on board or that I'm telling the truth, or both. But if my eyes are all over the room or I'm avoiding eye contact, then that can mean either that I'm not telling the truth or that I'm searching or thinking, not completely on board. So that's really important, and especially to choose when you use high value communications, we call them, which is in person or over Zoom, because you want to be able to see them and gather that information. We talked about introversion versus extroversion, internal processing versus external processing we talked about already. And then we have a few different communication styles. So open direct is just being straightforward and direct. Passive is saying, oh, whatever, I don't care. Passive aggressive is saying whatever, I don't care, but not meaning it. So I'm sure that we've all seen that happen. I know it, especially in our closer relationships, is, we want to be careful about passive aggressive communication. And with clients, if they use it, they say one thing, but their tone indicates another thing, then you want to go with what they said, or you can ask them, are you sure about that? It sounds like something else. So that we want to turn passive aggressive into open. And then manipulative is something that I hope we don't see very often, but sometimes it helps to be able to point it out. is when you can tell that somebody is using communication like, either browbeating or consistent, calling over and over and over again. That can be manipulative, trying to get that attention. And so you just want to manage expectations from the very beginning and say, this is our communication policy.